Hello and welcome to I Am Geek, and this is episode 123, and we're still in our Halloween Geek month, so we'll continue that tonight. But first, oh yeah, I should have had the lightsaber out. Oh, that was good though.
That was pretty good. You thought I had a lightsaber?
I thought you had a lightsaber.
Yeah.
If I hadn't said anything, the listeners would have been like, "There was a lightsaber there."
They must be talking about Star Wars.
I don't have my blade. I don't have the blade on mine, so we just do this noise.
Oh, that's a sad lightsaber.
Yeah, it's like. Oh wait, where's the speaker?
Oh,
That's
kind of cool though that it does that.
Yeah, it does that, signifying there's no blade.
Something's missing.
Like you wouldn't know. Like you'd pick it up and be like, "Oh, what? Where's the blade? Oh, there's no blade."
Why is the blade not coming out? I don't understand.
It's sort of funny. Anyways, gotta make sure so people know that there's no blade in it.
That's right.
If it didn't have that sound, I'd have been like, "What's
Could've
going
just
on
had,
here?"
You just had the sound someone talking like there is no blade. Insert blade.
Did you forget something?
Knife noise. You guys don't know what that means. Lightsaber noise. Lightsaber. They make we'll get to that what we're talking about. So they make this. Oh shoot! There goes my lightsaber.
Oh no!
Breaking things left and right.
Well, it wasn't real. It chopped my hand off, but there's no blade in it, so I guess it would.
So you wouldn't
yeah.
have.
They make this new lightsaber for the new movie, which we will get to in a second. Like the Triple Force Friday, they brought it out then. And there was one in the store the other day, and I played with it. I sent you a video, but nobody responded to it, so I figured you guys just didn't care.
I don't know if I saw it.
I don't remember.
I remember seeing it.
I texted you a video of it, but maybe you guys didn't see it. Anyways, you can record sounds into it. It's called like Lightsaber Screamer or something weird like that.
What the?
I'm pretty sure I sent it to you. Let me find it.
There's going to be some horrible things said into that.
Well, so I didn't say horrible things, but where's the video? Oh, here we go. All right, let's see if it'll work. You probably can't understand what it says.
Is that Max Headroom saying "I am Geek Show"? Is that what that is?
It's IamGeekShow.com.
Okay.
Okay.
After I stopped
something about it, and I was like, I have no idea what this is.
After I stopped recording, I did it again, and it was slower, and it was like IamGeekShow.com. But it was funny. So I'm swinging this lightsaber around in Target, and it's going, IamGeekShow.com. IamGeekShow.com. So,
which, if you didn't know, that's our web address.
Yeah.
www.iamgeekshow.com.
Yeah.
So
I just left it there. So some other kid probably picked it up and was like, "What's wrong with this lightsaber? It keeps saying these weird words."
He's been inceptioned. He's going to go home and go to IamGeekShow.com and don't know why.
But it's got like other buttons on it to make other sounds.
Ooh.
But no.
Fart noises?
No. It makes like Chewbacca like roaring. Like, why would a lightsaber go?
So it's like they combined Home Alone 2 and Star Wars.
Yeah. And the lightsaber itself looks like R2-D2. Like they took R2-D2, ground him up into parts, and made a lightsaber.
Oh, good.
Oh.
So, yeah, you record your voice on it, and then when you swing it around, it makes a noise. It says to scream into it. I'm like, there's like multiple toys now where the packaging says scream into this toy to make it work. And it's like, why would you buy your child that?
Because you want your children screaming.
Yeah.
But so that's, I guess I see that. I can understand that though with the lightsaber, because it's not that you want to repeat what you're saying. It's funny to swing something that's going.
So you can like record the child can record themselves screaming it, and then you can like replay the death of all the younglings in episode 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Or you can just, or you can just record the word fart. and it'd just be like
Fart,
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 fart.
fart. Man, I should buy one of these. I should get one of these.
Yeah, I think you missed the boat on that one.
Well, they had a ton of them there, so I don't think it's a very big seller right now.
Interesting.
Anyways, yeah. So that's what I did.
Great.
Good.
Now Catron, you did something just as epic as talking into a lightsaber this last week? When is it?
Yeah, so we went almost a week ago to St. Louis for a wedding.
The end.
Wow.
No. So before the wedding, we decided to have our St. Louis touristy time. We've been there a few times, but we're like, we've got these cool things to do, and let's do an escape room, because anytime we travel, we go to an escape room, and they have a place. The name of the place is called St. Louis Escape, and they have this room called the Pirate's Curse or something like that. It's one of the things they advertise their facility as is Disney on steroids, and that it's Hollywood quality and all this, and it is. It's pretty good. Like, they did a really good job of really immersing you into the rooms. But first of all, I have to say that we had a hard time finding the place, because they have directions on their website, and you look it up on Google Maps and it says go to this street, and it's right there. And it was, but they had the street blocked off because of a haunted house that's right next door to it. And so we talked to this guy that was working in the haunted house, and he said, yeah, you just go through here and go up and you'll be there. So we made it up there, and when they take you back into the rooms, they have it. A lot of the ones I've been to lately, it seems like they're in an office building or an office suite.
Yeah.
You just go down this nice hallway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This one, it was more like a warehouse, and they had rooms built inside the warehouse. So it's like they really had a lot more ability to do some different things with their rooms, because they're not confined to an already built room, But anyways, the idea of this one was that you're on this pirate ship, and you're trying to return all of the coins, much like Pirates of the Caribbean, and you've got to find the final coin. But they don't let you take your phones in this room. You have to put them in a locker, and you can't have anything on you, basically, like props or anything really.
Stripped down naked.
Yeah, underwear. Yeah. No underwear.
Yeah. Now I did forget to mention we decided to dress up for this, and we were first going to just buy some like a pirate T-shirt, and an eye patch or something. And then we decided to do Goonies instead, and I was Chunk, or I tried to be. I ended up with just the shirt, but I couldn't find the right wig and or the pants. But my son was Sloth. Sorry, where's my son? Who is my son? He was Sloth, which was easy, and because he had a Superman shirt that he's going to wear for Superhero Day, which was this week, and then he had suspenders already, so it was perfect, and a pirate hat. So we put the pirate hat on him, and then my wife was Steph, and a lot of people, when they see this or hear that, are like, who? But Steph. Steph's the tall girl. Which my wife's not tall, but she already had the glasses, because she has these like the kind of glasses you use when you look at they're like blue screen glasses. I don't know, like, so it doesn't mess up your eyes when you're looking.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they're clear, clear frames, so it looks just like what she had. And then she had a zippered hoodie, and that was the same color. So anyways, it was pretty good costume. The guy there recognized what we were, and my son told him, he's like, hey, we're the Goonies. He's like, yes, I figured that out. But he was pretty cool. He was like, is this everybody? Like, yeah, it's just us three. And took us to the room, and he all of a sudden flipped a switch and went to pirate character. And the name of the place, I think I mentioned it. It's St. Louis Escape, but he all of a sudden was a pirate, and
I can imagine that. Hey guys, how you doing? Yeah,
yeah.
want to do some escape room? Arg, matey, come on in.
Yeah. He's like, ye be on the pirate ship, blah blah blah. Whatever.
Was he dressed like a pirate?
No.
That's even better.
Anyways, cut it short a little bit. It was really well done. Like the room that you're first in is like you're on a ship, and there's a big TV screen, of course, that's blended in, that looks like you're looking out the window of a pirate ship, and it sounds like it's moving. There's all these speakers everywhere, and as you go through the rooms, things open up just like normal. There's other screens and whatever, but the noises increased, and we're like, we must be getting towards the end because these noises are getting crazy, like they're coming to get us or something. So we didn't make it out. It was hard. So they say, we give you 3 clues, and that's it. Once you get to the third, you burn through the third clue, you're on your own. So we asked for 2 clues in the first room, and and then from then on he just kind of kept giving us hints. So
turn the knob.
He's like, no, and he was still in his pirate accent. No, the box down on the floor. It's like, oh. But it's dark as can be in this room. Luckily, they put a little flashlight in there. They had lanterns around. I think that's what kind of frustrated us. It was so dark, and the puzzles didn't make sense to us, and this was one of their easiest rooms. So we felt really stupid. And the guy said, if you had, he suggests like 6 people in a room, and not 2, because we had 3, but
really it was 2.5.
Yeah,
your wife is.
Yeah. I've learned that if you say, "Hey, I'm with I Am Geek Podcast" or whatever, they're like, "Oh, they want to make sure that you get through it." So you give them a good review on your podcast, because that's what happened at one that I went to. I was like, "Yeah, this is my podcast, and I've done escape rooms before and written some and stuff." And they're like, "Oh, well, come on here. Here's the VIP treatment." Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
blah.
Right. So one of the last areas, there was a chest that had a lock on it that was already unlocked. And I don't know if he snuck in to try to speed it along a little bit, but it was like, why is this unlocked? But I forgot to ask him.
That happened to one. Was it you and Chris? Was you and me, or was it Jennifer and me? We were in one, and there was this map, and you could ride on it and stuff.
Yeah.
And the people before us did it, and they forgot to erase all the answers. So we get to this part, and we're like, "Yeah, we got to find this," and I'm like, It's already all up there. So we got done with the room, and they're like, "Man, you guys got done fast." And we're like, "Well, all the answers were in there." And he's like, "What do you mean?" And he walks in. He freaked out. He goes, "I'm so sorry. We didn't. Who reset?" He yelled at people, "Who reset this room?"
Yeah. Yeah. We had one more puzzle to do. Like, we had to figure out this thing that was going to unlock this last chest that had all these puzzle pieces that we were supposed to put together at the end, and that was pretty much the end.
Yeah.
And so we were pretty close, but when he explained it to us, what we were supposed to do, we were like, huh?
Never forgot that.
He's like, yeah, it's a little tricky, but this is one of our easiest rooms. I'm like, okay, whatever. But they had some really cool other rooms. Like, they have a mummy room that's mostly sand, or all sand, and on the floors. This one we did had sand on the last room. So I'm not sure how that works, if it's like deep sand in the mummy one, but they also had a Wizard of Oz room that was brand new. On their website, it says it wasn't open yet. So if it were open, I kind of would have been interested in that one. But they had a lot of cool rooms. So
cool.
Shout out to St. Louis Escape.
Not a sponsor, but you could be.
Could be.
Yeah, when he started talking like a pirate, did he at least go, "Are you ready, kids?"
Aye, aye, Captain. No,
I can't hear you.
He did not.
Terrible.
Oh man,
that's just terrible.
So, but it's fun. Sort of. There was one point where my wife said, "I'm done," and I felt bad because the guy was probably like, "Oh man," but we yeah, it
What
was
was the
hard.
name of the place again?
St. Louis Escape, I believe. I mean,
it just
yeah.
the name just made me think of like Escape from L.A. or Escape from New York.
They had a few.
They should do a Snake Plissken like escape rooms.
So there was another
Awesome.
place in St. Louis called Escape St. Louis. So it was kind of confusing. I was like, which one did we get? But
one of these days, the three of us have to do one together.
We have to. Yeah. Next time, Comic Palooza.
Yeah.
Which tickets are going on sale soon for Comic Palooza next week on the 28th.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
I think we're already have been offered to come back, so
I hope so.
I know a guy. We're gonna have him on the show hopefully soon, probably November or sometime. His name's Kerry. You can check out his podcast, Metal Geeks. It's pretty cool. I was on an episode a few weeks ago. We should have shouted that out. I didn't. Check out Metal Geeks. I'm on one of their episodes.
Very metal.
Ooh.
It's very metal. Just like me. You know me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're super metal.
Super metal.
All your Funko Pops.
Oh man, these things. This is like a drug. These Funko Pops. They're all over my house now. Literally.
I just don't think you understand. They're not actual pops. You don't like. You need to stop putting them in your mouth.
Well, they taste so good. They taste so good. So I've got all the Haunted Mansion ones. I got all the Ghostbusters ones, Stranger Things Ghostbusters ones, Castlevania. I picked up one for like $1 at a thing I went to that was like the Audrey 2. I'm thinking this. I'm just going to throw it out there to our listeners, and they can respond. Hopefully on our Twitter or Facebook group or email us or whatever. We're thinking about doing a contest for maybe the month of December leading up to, I don't know, Christmas or Star Wars Rise of Skywalker celebration.
It's a long time.
And so the contest, we're going to have some rules that maybe we won't start the contest until we get so many subscribers or something like that. We're still working through it, but one of the ideas I had would be what? Well, we are, right?
We are, yes.
Yeah. One of the ideas I had, since I'm into these Funkos right now, wouldn't it be cool if there was an I Am Geek Funko, or maybe a Funko of the three of us?
Oh yeah.
So my idea is to do design an I Am Geek Funko Pop, and our listeners can design it, they can draw it, whatever they want to do. Design it, submit it. We'll post them on all our social medias with your tags or names or whatever.
Whatever you kids do.
Yeah, whatever the kids do. And then we'll choose a winner of the coolest I Am Geek Funko Pops. That's an idea I've had. So let us know if you're listening. Hopefully you're listening. Please listen.
Somebody.
And then we'll do an I Am Geek prize pack, which t-shirt, all kinds of stuff thrown in there. Maybe some Funkos or something. Anyway, that's a thought. Putting it out there into the podcast universe. See what you think. I want to, if we're going to do a contest, I want it to be something different, and I want it to be something that will show off our listeners, if you want to call it that. Show off their talents and what they do. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Anyways. So Chris, how's Toothless coming?
Toothless is done.
Yeah.
For those who don't know.
Should I do some like confetti or something? Poppers or something?
Hooray!
For those who don't know, for our Tesla this year, we have made a Halloween costume. This was mostly my wife's doing, and I just helped out.
99.99 whatever percent your wife is doing.
Her, and then I was like, yeah, that looks good. No, I did some heavy lifting.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was her idea.
Yeah, it's her idea, and I just kind of did what she told me to do.
Yeah.
But There's a Tesla group, and around these parts, they do a Frunker treat. So
What'd you say?
no. So there's things called trunk or treats where kids go and they'll like get candy out of trunks. Like parents will have candy in the trunk
Yeah.
and they'll trick or treat around in the cars. Well, the Tesla doesn't have an engine in the front. They have another trunk in the front.
Was my nickname in high school.
Yeah, trunk in the front. And so they call them frunks. So it's frunk or treat. And so we're going to dress up our car, and we had the help from a seamstress because we don't know how to sew.
That's gotta be a first. I'm sorry.
I know it's definitely a first. That was a first for her. She's like, "Oh, this is so much fun. I'm usually doing like wedding dresses." So yeah, we had these. It has wings. They're like 12-foot wings on like each side of the car. Then a tail that's about 12 feet as well that comes out of the trunk in the back. And it looks just like Toothless. So she made eyes that go on the headlights in the front, out of like poster board. She painted them and all this stuff and had them laminated so they wouldn't get messed up. And they're on the lights, and like at night you turn the lights on, it makes the eyes actually glow. It looks really cool.
There's pictures on our Instagram, right?
Yeah, there are pictures
on Geek Show. Yeah.
Yep. And like for the Frunker treat itself, since we're handing out candy from the frunk, she made teeth that go around the frunk that make it look scary to me. But it looks cool but scary.
So I'm sure the
trunk is red.
I'm sure the question that everybody's asking is, how can you drive that down the road?
Apparently, everybody has that.
Everybody asks that. It's so funny. Like we're not driving it. We're not driving this.
I don't think you can drive that legally with wings on the sides.
Big old tail. Tag them along
Those
behind.
Headlights. You can't put those on your headlights.
That's illegal in the state of Texas. Now, if it was Florida.
If any listeners in the Texas area,
that's a large area.
Texas area.
You are in the country of
you're in Texas.
How about the Dallas area?
The Dallas area. Oh, sure.
That'd be better.
We can narrow it down if you want.
Texas area. I drove 5 hours to come see this car.
It's worth it. I want a piece of candy.
I mean, if you're willing to drive that far, I mean, Chris will give you an autograph or something, probably.
Oh, sure, I'll sign something.
He'll let you sit in the Tesla.
No, he won't let you
sit. But it's happening on October 27th between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. at Shannon Brewing Company.
Oh.
That's in Keller, Texas.
Keller, Texas?
Keller. Yeah.
Where's that at?
Keller. I don't even know her.
It's around Dallas somewhere.
In the Dallas area. It's in Texas.
Dallas,
right?
Dallas.
It's in Texas. That's why I said Texas. Yeah.
So go check it out. It's an official I Am Geek event.
Don't sure. It's a street production.
And you can follow my wife at Jen Street on Instagram. She has like all the process that she did to put this thing together and everything. It's really cool. Lots of pictures.
And if you do follow her, make sure you ask her, is that legal to drive? Can you drive? Are you driving that down the road? I don't think that's legal. She'll love that.
Oh, she'll absolutely love
it. Anyway, so that's what's been going on, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Our new segment. That's what's been going on.
That's what's been going on, I guess.
I guess.
Not Tennessee coming out. I guess.
Woo-wee.
Oh, man. Okay, so the last final trailer of the new Star Wars movie dropped this last Monday.
Yeah,
Star Wars
Star Wars movie ever. They'll never make
No, well, for the Skywalker saga, the Rise of Skywalker. Sorry. So basically, this would be the episode 1, Phantom Menace, and then this will be the last installment of the Skywalker saga, Rise of Skywalker. So we're going to talk about it.
Huh.
Interesting.
Rise of Skywalker. We're going to talk about the trailer. Everybody's doing it, so why not us?
If we don't, we're doing a disservice.
Yeah, because we've talked about Star Wars.
Nicely.
We do? We talk about Star Wars?
All the time.
Really?
Should just be a Star Wars podcast.
I gotta start paying attention more.
Star Wars Disney podcast / whatever else we talk about. I guess. And we'll put that on the end. I guess. So the trailer dropped on Monday during a football game. So it was the first time in a long time that people like us watch football.
Or people just waited and watched it online.
That's what I did.
Yeah, that's like I'm not watching no football.
I watch it on YouTube. I like football, but I rarely sit down to watch a major league sporting event.
I don't even watch the Super Bowl anymore. I used to watch it for the commercials. Now I just wait till all the commercials are online.
The World Series is going on right now, and the Astros are in it, which is the Houston team.
Really?
Bros.
I did not know.
Yeah. So I'm a Dodgers fan, but the Astros are good. I like the Astros. So we were at a restaurant tonight, and it was on TVs there, but I had to go to the bathroom because that's what I do. And when I went into the bathroom, they were down by 2 runs. I don't know what they are now. But while I was in the bathroom, I heard all this screaming and yelling, and I'm like, what's going on out there? Like, I need to run and pull my pants up and get out of here or whatever. Well, they scored 2 runs, and the place went crazy. So the building wasn't burning down.
Well, good.
Oh, that's good.
Everybody got a view of me running out of the bathroom with my shorts around my ankles, but
again,
not really. So the trailer dropped. So I thought we would do a shot-by-shot breakdown. No,
yes, frame by
frame. No, you could
every word said.
Trust me, you could do that. Just open YouTube, and there'll be something that pops up that does a frame by frame thing. This is a podcast, so you're not gonna have video going with it. So if you want to watch the trailer while you listen to us talk, you can. We're
turn down the trailer a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to give our highlights of the trailer, things that stuck out to us. So we're not going to do a shot by shot breakdown. If that's what you came for,
move along.
Sorry, move along.
I mean, you can stick around.
You can stick around.
No.
Anyways, so it opens up. No.
It's foggy.
The first scene, we're on a
helmet drops on
a jungle-like planet, which it does look more like a jungle-like planet and not a forest indoor type planet, right?
To me, I got forest out of it.
But when it does the big shot where it pans away, it's not like redwood forest; it's like jungle. So I'm thinking maybe it's like Yavin 4, where the rebel base was located.
Okay.
You don't. How do I even say? It's on that one planet.
Oh, that one. Okay.
If you play the video games, you've seen it. If you played Battlefront 2, you've been on Yavin 4.
I don't know. I think
it's where the Jedi. Yeah, we're always on Naboo. Every time we play, it's like back to Naboo again. Yep. It's like a jungly planet. It's got an ancient Jedi temple in it that they've made sort of their base for the rebels. So I think they're back there and they're using that as a base. That's just my thought. I could be wrong.
Yeah, could be. Worked for him before, right?
Maybe it was indoor that she was on, but I think she's on. She's at the base. They're training, or she's training, and that's why she drops the helmet, because you could see the orb thing flying behind her, shooting at her.
Yeah, because the helmet is like one of those helmets that like Luke used and like the young used, right?
Yeah, it's a little different, but it's like the same premise. So I think she's training. That's just a shot of her training, and then it flashes to her jumping through what looks to be the Death Star. 2.
Yeah, it was reminiscent of when we first like met her.
Yeah.
The first movie.
Yeah.
So I
Which is
think,
interesting.
I think it's the Death Star. This time around.
Yeah.
But so I think she's training there. Because there's that other scene where they're all gathered in that like hangar bay type thing, looking thing. You see Lando sort of, and everybody's sort of sitting around. I think this is my thoughts.
Ooh. Deep thoughts.
I think they're all gathered because they're trying to boost camaraderie because somebody that used to be called a princess, now a general, has passed away.
Yeah.
So because you see people like putting their hands on their shoulders, like patting their backs, like consoling each other.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, that's just a thought. I could be totally wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's valid. I mean, she wasn't able to record anything?
No,
for this
they're
movie,
just
right?
using past.
And I know they're using. So I mean, it doesn't make sense to try to force old footage to be a lot of footage for this movie. You know, so I can understand a few things, but to try to make it into something, it makes more sense to say she's passed.
Lando's there. I think Lando gives a speech about it. I mean, that's just a thought. I think, and then I think in one of the other trailers you see Kylo, like the forest burning down or the jungle burning down. I think they invade.
Mm-hmm. I thought Lando was just sitting there, just recounting the whole story of the Solo movie. And that's how he got the name Solo.
And then he said, "Yeah, the only way you'll get the Falcon back is over my dead body." Well, guess what? He's dead.
Guess what? I won, Han.
Now I got my robot girlfriend back.
Oh gosh. Anyways, so I think all that sort of happens. You know, there's an attack. You know, they burn it down. They escape. That's just a thought. So if I spoiled the movie, sorry. I haven't seen it.
It's not your fault.
Yeah.
They have 3 trailers.
Yeah. So I think all of that sort of happens in the same period of the movie. Does that make sense? I'm sort of going by what I think goes together.
Gotcha.
Sure.
From the trailers that we've seen. Any other thoughts on that section?
No,
I don't think so.
Moving on.
Yeah, move on.
I'm trying to think where it goes to next. You guys remember?
I can pull it up.
There's a lot of shots. Okay, so then it goes. They're on a wreckage. Ray's on some kind of wreckage with water crashing around her.
Yeah.
Then Kylo's there coming from the other direction, and he sort of takes his lightsaber and like
spins it
around behind him.
Yeah, it
looks like he's putting it in a sheath, but you don't do that with the lightsaber. You know?
He forgot how to work his
lightsaber. Yeah. I cut my hip off.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of weird, and I thought that too. But he's just putting it behind him to use it like a dagger, almost. You know, like that kind of.
There's a way of fighting like that with swords, but to me, it almost read like I still have my sword out in case something happens, but look, I'm kind of like directing it away from you, trying to walking towards her, almost non-confrontational, but still ready in case something happens.
Because the line over top of all this is the line where it says, "People keep telling me they know me, no one does," and then that sort of plays out.
It's like I do.
Which when I heard the line, I know it's not, but. Yeah, to me, it was like a dig at Rian Johnson. People keep telling me that they know who I am, that I'm a nobody, basically, but nobody knows who I am. So he wasn't, but that made me laugh.
Yes.
So they're going to have some kind of confrontation there. We don't know what. They may run in for a kiss, or probably not. But
well, they start to run each other, and then they both just slip. It's so wet, and then fall off.
Really.
And he's not wearing his mask here. Kylo's not wearing his mask. Maskless. The next shot introduces.
Then he becomes shirtless.
Yeah. Again, the next shot introduces this weird iceberg, flat Earth planet.
Yeah, they went Titanic on us.
Yeah. So
and it looked really cool.
It looks cool.
Yes.
It looks like there is stuff on the top of it and stuff on the bottom of it, like cityscape type stuff.
So it looks almost like they're like Imperial cruisers. Is that what they are? The giant Imperial ships.
The
Star
Killers.
Star Destroyers.
Star Destroyers.
Star Destroyers. Yeah.
Because at one point in the trailer, there's like a Star Destroyer, looks like it's kind of breaking up through ice. So I'm wondering if some of those are actually embedded in this giant ice thing somehow.
Maybe it's either. I think they're either in there or they're in some kind of body of water. So I would think it would be like in the ice. But yeah, if you look at the picture of it, like at the bottom, it looks like there's like a cityscape with like skyscrapers, and then the top, it looks like there's like factories with like smoke coming out of them and stuff. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's an iceberg in space. So there's TIE fighters and
go with me here. What if we take an iceberg? Like but
we already did ice
water. Put it in space.
Space. Anyways, I don't want to jump ahead. So,
well, the next scene after the iceberg though is the throne, right?
Yes.
And
a Sith throne.
Well, did you see that the there's the drawings for
Ralph
Jedi, right?
Ralph McQuarrie, it's his concept art, and they made it look like that. Yeah.
For the Emperor's throne.
Yeah, Emperor's throne.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, really
It
cool.
looks really good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it looks like to me that it's kind of like in the ice place.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, this is sort of bluish tones, dark tones, and then you hear the voice over top of them. Long have I waited, and now your coming together is your undoing. You could probably
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, you could probably do a better Palpatine if you want to do that, Chris.
Oh, I don't know if I could. Long have I waited. I don't know.
Nope. Yeah.
Nope.
No. Yeah. What?
No, that's not it.
I'd have to listen to it again. I haven't listened to this one.
So in the expanded canon universe, I'm being really geeky and nerdy. Palpatine had a plan for the Empire after his death. So we know that. So could he be a clone in this one of him? Is it going to be like in Battlefront 2, the storyline where we have the robotic Palpatine with the face, with the face.
Yeah. Well, the last scene kind of hints to that possibly. Yeah. You can't see it unless you really pause it and just study it a minute. And I didn't really see it until I watched this one video about it. But they were saying that could be Palpatine in like a mech of some sort.
Yeah.
And he could have saved his best for him because he made all these fancy technological things for cyber suits, whatever, for the Siths or whatever.
It's just his head hooked up to a Roomba.
Yeah. He's really big though.
DJ Roomba.
He's
he's big.
Towering over.
He's looking up.
Yeah.
He's either floating or on some kind of mech that moves around type thing.
Yeah.
But you don't know if it's exactly him because you don't see.
Yeah, you don't know for sure. So from that scene, I can get my tissue out. It's a very emotional scene for me, anyways. C-3PO is undergoing some kind of procedure operation on his head, with all the wires coming out, and the alien guy is Babu Frick.
Yeah, Babu Frick.
Babu Frick. He's working on him, and they basically Poe asks him basically what's going on or whatever, and he says, "Taking one last look at my friends."
Oh. Well, it's very sad, but I don't think it's that sad of a thing. I think I know what's going on here. So there's a disc that they're putting in the back of his head. I think they're turning him into the game Simon.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because his eyes, you see them light up red. Well, when they light up red, you have to hit red, and then they'll go blue, and you have to hit blue. They're just playing a game. That's all they're doing.
All right, so no. All right, my thought. I think that disc is always in the back of his head. I'll have to find a C-3PO laying around here. Well, that one's in his case, so I can't look at that one. Anyways, because there's another scene in another trailer of Kerry Russell's character,
who apparently never removes her helmet.
I don't remember her name. Anyways, she's holding the disc in her hand, handing it to Poe or handing it to somebody. That same disc looking thing. So here's some theories. These are just theories. None of them are probably going to be correct. Well, we do have the other trailer that he has red eyes. Yeah. So either he gets taken, like somehow he gets turned into like a bad guy droid, an evil droid, and then they're working on him to try to get it back. I don't think that's it, but I guess there's a leaked image of him holding a gun somewhere.
Yeah, it's like holding Chewbacca's whole blaster or whatever.
Yeah, so he could be turned into an assassin droid or something. It could be like Solo, where they're hooking him up to a ship, and that's going to be the end of the C-3PO that we know, and he's going to be controlling some kind of ship, whether it's the Falcon, probably not, or whether it's a Star Destroyer, so they can use the Star Destroyer to combat the rest of these crazy Star Destroyers, which all the Star Destroyers, we haven't really got to that part yet. There's a whole fleet of Star Destroyers that come up out of this ice, I guess. And underneath, they all have this crazy looking weapon that you usually don't see on Star Destroyers. It's like this big cannon thing. So it could be like each Star Destroyer is like a mini Death Star now, with this cannon that is capable of destroying like planets. So basically, this could be like, an assassin, basically assassinate the freaking galaxy if they wanted to. So they could be putting him in one of those big ships to take on the rest of the ships. Which I don't know. One theory that I read about, I'm not going to take credit for it. Is that they have to find something out that's going to lead them to where they eventually have to go to the Death Star, that is trapped somewhere in 3PO's memory banks or whatever.
That's what I saw. Yeah.
That he has, at some point his memory's been wiped or has been, whatever.
Yeah.
But to take that further, this would be cool. They won't do it because it's a movie that they're branding for, lots of people to watch. It would be cool that if C-3PO, because he was Anakin's droid from way back, he's been in all the movies from episode 1, that somewhere along the line, he was a spy for Darth Vader. And that's how, and this is where I'm sort of going off a little tangent, that's how in Return of the Jedi, they knew the Empire knew what was going to happen before it happened. They knew about Endor, about the rebels. They knew about all this stuff, because you see the Emperor, like, he goes, I know what's going to happen. I know your people are going there. I know this is happening there. I know all these things. What if C-3PO has all that trapped in his mind and he was sending it out to Darth Vader, whether he realized it or not? And he was basically a spy for the Empire. I mean, so they have to get into all these memories to get to know that they have to go back to the Death Star 2 to find what they're looking for there.
So yeah, so I didn't read any theories or anything, but I did come to a similar theory on my own.
Oh, because you're smart.
No, that because they're messing with his like brain, whatever. I thought, well, it seems like they're trying to get at information that he has in his head.
Yeah.
That will help with something.
Yeah.
Because in the prequels, they were like at the end of it, like they're like, what do we do with the droids? They're like, oh, erase their memories.
Yeah.
Whatever. And like he didn't know who Obi-Wan was.
Yeah.
He didn't know like all this stuff. R2 knew things that he didn't. But yeah, like I was wondering like whether there's some information like that, or if Vader, like as Anakin, left something within C-3PO.
Yeah.
Either when he was building him or when he was older, he left something in there for future generations or something. Or like even almost like an alternate alternate personality or something within himself that can help them.
Yeah, I think anyway. I think either way, I think that he's going to have his memory wiped basically because of them finding this. It wipes his memory, and he goes back and he doesn't know who any of them are, and all this stuff, and which is sad.
Yeah, because that kind of because I had like an overall kind of theory on what will take place a little bit, because I think whatever they find within C-3PO will bring Kylo onto their side because it's from his grandfather and he has this big thing for his grandfather. Then that makes him go to the good side, but because well, we can get into it because I don't know how you want to do this. We're kind of going through the trailer kind of bit by bit.
In that scene, though, there's also like you see what's her name? Her name's Zori Bliss. That's Kerry Russell's character. She's there. Rey is in like a long coat, robe, winter. I don't know, some kind of long coat,
Jedi cloak.
So they're all dressed sort of like for winter attire. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. For the iceberg.
Because Poe's like all, I'm cold. I got all these clothes on. And Finn has a coat on. So they're all. So this must take place somewhere around the big ice flat Earth, the Titanic iceberg thing. And then behind, this is cool. Behind C-3PO is a battle droid from the prequels, which is cool. Just to see that back there. Maybe they'll just put him inside one of those.
They already did that.
Yeah, no. And Dio's there. That's the new hairdryer droid. It's like a hairdryer on a wheel. That's what it looks like to me. What do you think?
I can see that.
Yeah. It's on the poster too, right? Isn't that at the very bottom?
Huh?
The poster it has that droid on there.
Oh yeah, he's the new BB-8.
Yeah.
Or new R2 or whatever. Poor R2. He's just getting pushed further and further away. Every movie they got a new droid that's supposed to be the cute one to sell toys.
But he still could be this is all in his mind, in R2-D2's. The whole story.
So this is followed by this it's this corridor, and you see I think it's Poe Poe and Finn, and they're blasting their way through this corridor with First Order troopers fighting them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect shot.
Yeah. And then it cuts to the scene of Princess Leia or General Leia hugging Rey, which it looks like the same kind of Yavin 4, maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So they're hugging. He's gone. There's another planet that I forget the name of it. It's like a desert planet, another desert planet, and there's like all this like carnival type atmosphere going around.
Carnival type.
It's got like this big like yellow smoke thing that comes up like somebody's like parading through the street.
Well, no, I think they're on the run there. It looks like.
Yeah, but it looks like
people are chasing them, and BB-8 sets off like this canister.
No. Before that, there's a scene. I think we skipped over that. There's a scene of this like village, and it's got that same smoke sort of building up in the middle of the village, like they're having some kind of like parade or like party type thing. And so that canister that he explodes is like the same stuff you see earlier in that village. So it makes me believe that they're on that same planet. Like this is all taking place on that planet, which I saw the name of it, but I forget what the name of it is. So yeah, they're on the run, and he hits one of those canisters like was in the village earlier to create a diversion on some kind of sales speeder thing.
They're pod racing.
Yeah. And this may be the planet where they meet their other new ally person. I forget her name. Jana, maybe? She has like a bow and arrow, and she rides a horse looking thing.
Oh, okay.
Space horse.
Yeah.
Avatar.
Yeah. And then we see Billy D. Williams, Lando flying the Falcon with Chewie. For that scene, it's like, oh, they're back together. Oh, there's a space battle. Pew pew pew. There's some weird horses they're riding on.
On top of
a
Star Destroyer.
Yeah. So they must be either low in the atmosphere, like it's like just taking off in the water, or they have the Mary Poppins space stuff like in The Last Jedi.
Wasn't sure about that one.
I'm thinking it's
surely
like
they're down.
I'm thinking it's down, and it's like when they're it's low. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
it's gotta be. Gotta be like on the surface of the planet. And then we see the scene. Rey and Kylo are inside the Death Star, the throne room from Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
So they're standing where Luke and Vader once stood in front of Palpatine. The ruins of the throne
that seems
room.
to be like the same place, like where they fight and everything. Like it's all this is crashed into an ocean on a planet.
Yeah. It's probably like a moon of Endor. Yeah. Because that's where the Death Star 2 was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's a cool looking scene. You see the throne like sort of crumbled in the background. And then the next scene, it's like pristine condition.
Yeah, it's a different place. I don't think that's the same place.
So my thoughts are either this is some kind of like vision thing they're both having together, or there's some secret airtight vault that the Emperor has.
Oh.
Because
are you talking about the big white room?
Yeah, the big white room. Yeah.
I think that's a different place. I think because you know what they're destroying.
It's like Vader. It's like
it's
like a
so
statue.
in the last movies, he had Vader's burnt up helmet, and it was in this like shrine thing almost. And I think that's what they're destroying.
But it looks
the shrine thing with Vader's helmet.
It reminds me of Cloud City though, so it's like
I think this is like Kylo's ship, his place, his like base of operations.
Maybe I don't see Kylo having this all white room. It just looks. It's somewhere.
That's all I had at the RP place.
Well, that's what made me think that maybe this is like some kind of force vision that they're both having together, and they're both having to conquer something. To basically join together.
One
Like
of the
it's a
things
symbol. I don't know.
saw was that it looks like they were actually fighting and they accidentally hit the thing
Maybe
together, possibly.
This,
And then they talk about the dagger.
the dagger. So everybody's saying, which makes sense to me, that this is the dagger of Mortis from the planet Mortis, which is from the Clone Wars. I don't know if they go deep dive into this, but this is from the Clone Wars. It's a planet that has these three
Father, son, and mother.
no father, son, and sister.
Sister. That's
Of I don't, for lack of a better term, force deities.
right.
So you have the father, and then you have the sister, who is like sort of the light side, and then you have the brother, who's like the dark side. And then there's this. Hold on. Oops, wrong thing. I didn't want that. So there's this dagger there. It's called the Dagger of Mortis, and it's a magical artifact that can kill super powerful force beings. And since Palpatine's back, seemingly returned from the dead, maybe this is what's needed to kill the ultimate super powerful force being that is Palpatine, would be the Dagger of Mortis. I don't know if they're going to go into all of that. They could be fighting each other here for the Dagger of Mortis.
Yeah.
Because they both want, Kylo wants it for his reasons, Rey wants it for her reasons. That would make the most sense of why she has this like stone dagger looking thing, especially in this white room. I don't know.
Well, yeah, and it's kind of weird though, because outside of Clone Wars, you don't really see a weapon like that, right? I mean, you see blasters and lightsabers.
Yeah.
And it's like, why does she have a dagger? So it makes sense that it would be something like that. But it's like, how in the world? Like I've not watched those. I've seen all this information about this dagger, but I wouldn't know what it is. So it's like, how in the world are they going to bring that in there? How they're going to explain it, or what are they doing?
I hope it is, because it would be cool.
Yeah, it'd be really cool. No, definitely.
There's other theories that it's something that, because, again, in the lore of Star Wars, and I think it's canon. I'm pretty sure it's canon. The dark side can't be Force ghosts, but they can haunt things and artifacts. So maybe this is something that the spirit, the ghost of Palpatine has control over, or is his, embodied in, or something. I'm hoping for the Dagger of Mortis. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We shall see.
We shall see. Which would be something that C-3PO could have buried in his memory, and that's how they get to that. That's how they find out about this Dagger of Mortis and stuff. Because Obi-Wan's not around, he can't tell him. So,
unless he comes back as a Force ghost.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. And then I think, is that? We got that.
I've got all the ships.
Oh, there's all the ships.
Which,
I think we missed
how
that
in the world?
Very close together.
How does that work?
There's
all those ships.
I know.
So close together.
It's good. They're good.
One of them hits light speed and it takes the rest of them out.
Yeah, well, we saw that happen in the last movie.
Yeah.
But there's so many shit. Like there's the Ghost from Rebels. Yeah. There's so many ships from video games.
Yeah.
There's Dash Rendar ships in there. The ship that the guy from The Force Unleashed flies is in there, like the video game. There's some Old Republic ships in there. There's basically any ship from Star Wars that you can name is in there.
They're getting everybody to help on this.
Which the ghost was in.
They lit the fires of Rohan, and everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
The ghost was in Rogue One. Was in a scene in Rogue One, so that ship was in. Rogue One. So but they won't show who's piloting the ship, but it'd be interesting to see the crew on the Ghost.
Yeah.
But they
I
won't.
wonder if there'll be any
Cameos?
cameos.
Warwick Davis probably somewhere.
Oh, he'll be in there somewhere.
Yep. He'll be in there somewhere.
Maybe 2 or 3 places. You'll see him. Every character he's ever played in Star Wars will show up, and they'll all be standing next to each other.
There we go. I just got something from Tyler. Tyler Dean just texted me, dude, in some video. I'll have to look.
Are you all talking about Star Wars tonight?
It's a video, and it says, "What if?" The video is called "What if I wrote the Last Jedi?" Star Wars theory animated fan fiction. I'll have to check that out. He says it's pretty good, so I'll check that out.
Nice.
Shout out to Tyler. We're going to Galaxy's Edge together. Whoop, whoop. Anyways. And so the last scene is her staring up at this whatever could be Palpatine.
Yeah. So to me, it seems like overall, just watching the trailer, just kind of piecing what I can together. It seems like they find out something through C-3PO that to me would get Kylo Ren to turn with them and realize, oh, Palpatine is the real villain. We need to go take him down. So they go and search him out. But then when Palpatine turns Rey against everybody else.
I don't think there's going to be a dark Rey.
I don't think she'll turn I don't think she'll go dark I think that's a Force vision.
Yeah.
With her with the double bladed, but I think she's going to become very conflicted and and it'll force another battle between her.
I think that
and Kylo Ren.
Yeah, I think that they're all together, her and her crew, Poe and Finn and stuff. And because you see a scene of Finn sort of reaching out, he's on that water place, and he's reaching out no. So I think she just takes off without them to go to the Death Star and leaves them.
Yeah, I read that as she's fighting Kylo Ren and he's coming to stop them.
Oh, I think she takes off on that ship, that little water jumper ship alone, and leaves them behind because they were supposed to go in as a team to take up each other's back, and she's like, "I'm doing this by myself."
It's just, to me it reminded me of Captain America: Civil War, where Tony and Captain America started fighting because Tony found out that the Winter Soldier killed his parents, and that's kind of like Palpatine, he knew this about you and he didn't tell you and all this stuff, and she gets mad at him and tricks them into fighting or something like that. That's what it seemed to me, but I don't know.
Who knows? I guess we'll find out December. I'll find out December
19th.
18th? Wait.
No.
19th.
19th is Thursday.
Yeah, 19th. Yeah.
And I'll be going that Saturday.
Boo.
10 a.m.
If you're not going the day it comes out, then
what kind of geek are you?
Yeah.
Man?
One that has to work during the week?
Boo. Boo. You don't have to work at nighttime. But I'm going.
All the time.
10:25 at night.
It's 2.5 hours long.
I know.
Yeah, that's when I saw.
In the morning.
That's when I saw Endgame, and that was hard. But,
this movie's long too, so I'm gonna be
it's 2 hours and 35 minutes.
And I found out that the ticket I bought it for is the 3D one, so I'm like, oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
Oh, they still do that?
Headache.
It's an XD screen, so it's huge. Not quite as big as IMAX, but pretty big in 3D. And I was like, oh, it's 3D? Oh, well, okay. That's what they had, so.
I didn't realize they still did 3D. Did I buy a 3D one?
They have. Yeah, did I buy a 3D one? I only watch 2D.
No, not 3D.
I'm going to try to go
for
on the
1D.
19th
Sweet.
as well. So we'll see.
Ah.
Just got to okay it with the family.
Maybe we can jump on and do a quick before.
I may see it before you do.
Well, then we'll have to jump on before. They had a 7 o'clock showing, but there was like 2 seats left, and there were bad seats, and I'm like,
yeah, it's not worth it.
So I'll just go to the next one, and the next one was at 10:25, and they had good seats. So I was like,
yeah,
well, I'll do that. And it was 3D.
Yeah, this 9:20 one that I'm going to try to go to has decent seats available. So we shall see.
We shall see. But yeah, so I plan on doing like I did before. If Chris can't because he's going on Saturday, but if you want to jump on with me, I'm going to do just like we did for The Last Jedi. I'm going to jump on right before I see the movie that day and be like, here's my thoughts. I'm excited about it. And hopefully, fingers crossed that this time, when I come back from the movie and get back on and give my take of what I just saw, not a spoiler episode, just sort of like my feelings, it won't be as depressing as The Last Jedi one when I came back and I thought, oh, life is over as we know it.
So I was watching, I think it was on Instagram. It was Always Believe, and it was they had their reaction video, but they answered. There are people put their thoughts on the Instagram, like they talk back to them, and one like a bunch of people replied, it's like, yeah, I already got 3 tickets. Like they were going 3 different nights.
Oh
is
yeah,
what they were saying. It's like, no, you don't have to do that. You shouldn't have to do that. I promise.
They shouldn't have to go 3 different nights?
They shouldn't have to go 3 times to the movie.
Why not? No, you mean to understand it?
Yeah.
Well,
and some people like to see the movies multiple times. I understand, but that just seems crazy to me. It's like to go ahead and buy those, not knowing if you're going to like it or not. It seems a little crazy to me because
if they're that big of a fan, they're doing that. They're going to like it.
Yeah.
And then they'll keep liking it, but then like the time will wear on and be like, oh yeah, oh no, I don't like this movie.
Not necessarily. I mean, like with The Last Jedi, we had some people tell us that you have to watch it multiple times before you like it.
Just wait, they'll get to that point where they'll be like, oh yeah, it wasn't that good of a movie. That's what happened with the prequels.
Oh.
If I like this one, I'll probably see it again in the theater. But I'm not going to buy tickets ahead of time. Like I'll be like, oh, it's a Tuesday. It's $5 Tuesday. I'm going to go see it again.
Right.
But I mean, some people do that. Some people see the movies like 100 times in the theater. But this day and age, they come out so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you streaming. You don't really have to.
I mean, if you're going to these early showings, though, I suppose, then you're in there with really big crowds, and everybody likes to go. I mean, a lot of people like to go to movies where there's a bunch of people because you're feeling that with a bunch of people, right? You're feeling all those moments, and by yourself, you miss out on some things. I think so.
Yeah, we're feeling that slow spaceship chase all together. Last Jedi.
So the real question is, since I'm going opening night, do I dress up?
Oh gosh.
Or do I just go?
I mean, you can. You can wear your helmet. You just won't be able to see.
Yeah, just Disney bound it.
Yeah.
I could just wear the Kylo Ren robe.
Yeah, there you go.
Or I could take my lightsaber and be like, don't worry, people. There's no blade.
You can be old man Kylo Ren.
Oh, there we go. I do have the light up helmet and everything that I made. I need to check because some theaters don't like for you to dress up.
Yeah.
Some theaters are like, yeah, bring it on.
Bring it on.
But I could just wear my lightsaber on my belt. I'll be that guy.
Sir, we have to check that.
Oh, you can check it.
There's no blade.
There's no blade.
Listen.
Listen, here's the sound. Oh, I don't know. The last one time, what movie was that? One of the Star Wars movies I went to on opening, they had like stormtroopers. They had all kinds of people in costume.
Yeah.
So some theaters bring people in, like they bring 501st members in to like parade around.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Makes me want to call the theater and be like, yes, hi. I just had a quick question about the Star Wars premiere. Are costumes allowed for adults?
Yes, are costumes allowed? Yeah,
Yes.
your son could come dressed up.
For myself.
No, it's for me.
Maybe I'll just wear a robe and people are like, "Ooh, are you a Jedi?" I'm like, "This is
Time for bed,
this
man.
is my bathrobe, man."
10:00 at night. I'm just getting comfy.
Just go dressed as the dude.
Yeah, I have the Boba Fett bathrobe. I could wear it.
There you go. Done.
It's here for the movie, man. This is how I always dress. Some guy, I can attest to that. I saw him in Target 2 weeks ago with that same outfit on. Well, we plan on doing other stuff tonight, but we've talked about this little trailer for like an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy,
man.
You ever wonder how they keep so well groomed in these movies?
Oh, they have a makeup department, hair and makeup department.
I mean, like
hair grows a lot slower in space.
It's like, well, but Poe's got longer hair, kind of, right? But he seems like he just shaved. So
the lightsabers are for.
Well, Poe's not actually human. He is an alien race that they can't
probably
grow.
is. There's something about him.
Technically, they're all an alien race. Because it happens in a galaxy far, far away. So hair grows different there.
That's maybe that's the explanation.
Technically, well, the Jedi all carry a razor around with them. It's a razor / communicator.
Well, that's a good combo.
No, you don't. You know this. Come on. Episode 1. I'm pretty sure it's episode 1. Yeah. Qui-Gon Jinn breaks out his communicator, talks into it, but the communicator is a lady's razor. That's what it's made. That's what it's made out of. It's made out of a lady's razor. So he has a razor with him all the time. He's like, "Oh, I got to shave and communicate with Obi-Wan."
I figured they just use their lightsabers just very cautiously.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm not.
But I guess that is a good point. They're not from Earth, so
yeah. Well, there you go. Problem solved.
It's just that. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. And yet they all look similar.
Really? Similar to who?
All human people look human.
Oh, there's the human.
But they're from different planets.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just like, I'm from Tennessee, and people here in Texas look the same.
Yeah.
Anyways,
that's it.
So there was one part in a video I watched about the trailer, and they were talking about the C-3PO scene, and they said they walk in and he's got just this blank look on his face. I'm like, he has the same look on his face no matter what. He can't have a different look on his face. I just thought that was funny, and he wasn't trying to be funny. The guy, it's like you could tell something's going on. And it's like, what?
He always looks like that.
He always looks like that, except for the part where his eyes turn red.
Maybe the truth comes out, and he's like, they go back in his mind, and he turns into Joan Rivers. And he's like, I was a female droid all along. That's from Spaceballs.
Or they actually open him up and he's actually a human in there.
Yeah.
Anakin didn't build a droid.
Anthony Daniels. He's like, hey.
Imprisoned.
Thank you. It's been so long.
Imprisoned a man inside the suit. Convinced him he was a robot.
Maybe so.
So if something does happen to C-3PO.
No.
If something does.
Cry. No.
Then I will cry. Then R2-D2.
Freaking movie.
will will be the only survivor of all of the Skywalker saga. Correct?
Who will? I'm sorry.
R2-D2.
I mean, from the very beginning, yeah. I mean, Lando.
Oh, I mean, from the very beginning. It's like from
From the
episode
very
1
beginning.
to episode whatever this is. At 9.
If Leia dies in it.
That's so. What if?
Well, even if Leia doesn't die, R2 will be the only survivor of the whole.
Oh, from like episode 1.
Episode 1 to episode 9.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because it would be C-3PO,
Yeah.
R2-D2.
Mm-hmm.
They told the story.
But if C-3PO bites it, then it's just R2.
Yeah.
Last survivor of the whole saga. Right?
Yeah.
And he's the one that tells future generations about what happened. This has all been, like you said, all been in R2's head, his storytelling. The movie ends with R2 with younglings gathered around as R2 tells the story of the Skywalkers.
I think R2-D2 just turns out to be the bad guy. It was his whole plan the whole time.
Do you think Jar Jar Binks will show up, or the Gungans?
That's who's in the robe that we don't see.
Yes, wouldn't that be hilarious if that happened? If that happened, I would stand up in the movie theater with the slow clap. I would just be like, "Bravo!" Have you seen the deep fake video of George Lucas reacting to this trailer?
No.
It is hilarious. If you don't know what a deep fake is where they take somebody who does like a voice impression, and they have this technology now that they can make that person look exactly like whoever. So they make this guy. It looks like George Lucas sitting there, and it sounds like George Lucas talking, and he's reacting to the trailer. I think it's Collider that does it, or hold on. I'll find it for you. We're not gonna.
While you're finding that, like my new theory is that Palpatine fell down like at the end, and he hit the ground, but he wasn't dead yet. And Jar Jar was working.
I'm not quite dead.
Yeah, Jar Jar was working as a janitor on the Death Star. He comes across him. He's like, "Oh no! What can I do to help?" And then
what can I do to help?
Oh no, Senator! And then Palpatine mind transfers into Jar Jar.
Yes.
There we go.
You don't.
And
maybe
becomes Par. Palpatine Jar Jar.
Pow pow.
Pow pow. Goes pow pow.
Par Jar.
Par Jar.
It's called George Lucas Reacts to Star Wars: The Rise of the Skywalker Final Trailer. Salty Celebrity Deepfake. And it's by Collider Videos. And it's hilarious. Because he just like sits there and bashes it the whole time. And at the end he's like, I guess there was one good scene in this trailer. And he's like, when it said Lucasfilm at the beginning, ching ching, I get that money. It's funny though. You should definitely watch. It's like 4 minutes long, so it's not like a long video, but yeah, he's sitting there and it's like a plain blue background, like curtains. He's like, "Is this the background you're gonna have?" He's like, "I got a guy," and he goes, "Green screen guy, come in." And this guy walks in with a green screen, and it puts the lava from Mustafar on it. He's like, "There we go, that's better." It's funny. Yeah, watch it. The whole thing
sounds like it.
It sounds like it, and you would think it was him sitting there. I mean, it's pretty. This deep fake stuff's scary. I mean, that's really cool.
The Bill Hader stuff that they've done is hilarious.
Yeah, it's scary stuff though, because I mean,
who do you believe?
Yeah, there's one guy that they got that he do a ton of impressions, and they're like spot on. He's a comedian. I can't think of his name, but he like did like a poem of.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
About an impressionist.
Yeah, that was weird.
And he went through like all these different people, and it was just amazing.
George Lucas has some kind of credit in this movie. He helped with the writing or something.
Well, J.J. Abrams said he went to Lucas and like went over like everything he was going to do, and kind of got his input on it.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. So fingers crossed that this is gonna like tie up the saga with a bow. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fan service. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna leave Star Wars fans happy, hopefully. And almost make like the Last Jedi never happened. Maybe it'll start with, Rey waking up or Luke waking up. Whoa, that was a weird dream.
Let's start with Palpatine waking up. Oh my goodness, I had a horrible dream.
You ever have those dreams when you're falling? When you're falling.
He's a smoker.
Yeah, apparently he's like,
oh my goodness gracious.
And you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm falling.
I was falling and there was this long, slow chase of spaceships. And this stormtrooper that was really shiny that was pointless. Didn't make any sense. I think it was like the Game of Thrones girl. Turned Jewish smoker, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my god.
Did I ask you if did you think Hayden Christensen's going to make an appearance?
I think in some form he will.
Everybody thinks he will.
Either just his voice or as a Force ghost or something like that. I think he'll show up somehow. Maybe it'll be his voice coming through C-3PO. His eyes are red.
Maybe so.
Some people think it could be with C-3PO. It's like a video playback of something that happened. And they're like, I hope it's this. And it showed the scene of Qui-Gon Jinn. No, it was Anakin and
Obi-Wan.
I guess Obi-Wan fighting. Yeah, not quite. But they were fighting, and there's this part where you see Poe and Finn, I think, sitting there, and there's a light behind them shining, and they said that's the projector showing it. It's C-3PO projecting it to something, and I was like, he's never projected anything. But if
R2 projects, come on.
They zoomed in on their eyes, and you can see a lightsaber in their eyes. Like you can see this blue lightsaber in a reflection in their eyes, and they're like, maybe that's this battle that was
maybe so.
So I was like, good grief, but it could be something totally different.
He was supposed to be in the early drafts of Force Awakens, I think. I have to go back and look. He was supposed to be in that as like a Force ghost, but that got cut. So. Maybe he comes back to Kylo and be like, dude, I know you worship me and you love me and everything.
You got to get over yourself.
You're on the wrong side of this. Come on.
Yeah. They keep finding a way to blow up our big moon. It's not a moon.
Yeah, switch sides. Come on, man. I was talking to your father, Han, the other day.
The guy you killed.
Don't worry, no hard feelings.
I didn't like the guy either.
Anyways, there we go. So, you guys looking forward to the movie? Or are you hesitant or?
I'm hesitant.
Yeah, like the last one just left such a bad taste in my mouth.
Here's my problem.
Uh-oh.
I don't like any of the characters. Like I don't like Finn.
You don't like R2?
Like. Okay, I like
the
R2.
new characters.
I don't like any of the new characters.
Oh, okay.
Maybe except for maybe Poe, but I can't. Finn he's so flaky. Kylo is. He's just annoying, an emo guy, It's just like, oh, it's so terrible, and then Rey, I'm just, I don't care for her. I don't know. I think that's my problem with it, is I just don't like the characters.
I liked the characters in The Force Awakens. I didn't like the character development in The Last Jedi. I think that's the problem. Where they tried to develop weird characters.
Somewhat. I mean, Finn was still crappy, but I mean, I get it. I know what they were trying. They want you to kind of think he's irritated because he's just so flip floppy and likes just wimping out every time. But I guess I did like Rey a little bit more in the first one.
Yeah.
But the second one, I guess the second one just really ruined it for me. So I don't know. It seems like they're doing a whole lot of different things with because I remember the first trailer that came out. I remember thinking, what is going on? There are all these, they just threw all these scenes together, and it's just like, I don't understand what's happening. And it still feels that way with these others. It seems like there's a whole lot going on, and maybe it won't seem that way later, but
a handful of these scenes won't even be in the movie.
Sure.
Oh, probably, yeah.
I just thinking back at the older movies, and sure, it's a different time, but it's like it was just a simple story. There were maybe two storylines going on.
Yeah.
I mean, and think about like what happened at the end of The Last Jedi. There was the kid that moves the broom. It's like, is he going to be in this thing? Is that going to be another story?
He's dead now.
He's like the kid from Iron Man 3.
I like
show up at the very end of the film.
Yeah. I'm going into this movie. I know people are going to hate me. I'm going into this movie like Last Jedi didn't even happen.
That's fine.
Like, I'm just going to pretend like that doesn't happen. And I'm going to be like, okay, this is going to be fun. I'm going to have fun with this because I think it's going to be fan service. I think it's going to be like wrapping it up and not these weird other stories that make no sense, that have nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
That's how I'm going to try to go into it. Just, it'll be fun. I'm going to have fun. Star Wars. Can't wait.
Yeah.
JJ hasn't disappointed me before. So. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yes.
We'll see.
I guess.
I mean, will it be Happy Death Day 2? I don't know. I don't know if it'll be that good, but that's what I was streaming this week. Segue. If you haven't checked out the Happy Death Day movies, check them out. Because if you like Groundhog Day and you like a little murder mystery, you'll like it. Just throwing that little extra in for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. We were streaming the new Flash season this week.
We started watching that, yeah.
I still haven't finished. No, I finished the first episode, but that's all I've seen.
Yeah. The second one's decent.
Yeah, they've been pretty good so far. They have so far there hasn't been an annoying villain that should have been taken down instantly.
Yeah.
And Arrow's been good too. It's the last season of Arrow that started up.
I'm so far behind. I don't know how I can get back into it.
The second episode of Arrow aired tonight, basically.
Yeah. No. I mean, like, I didn't see last season. I don't think I saw half of the season before that.
You can skip over all that. It's fine.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I really think you can. I think you could pick it up and be perfectly fine.
Oh, okay.
All you need to know is that Green Arrow went off with the Monitor to help him in the crisis. Okay. That's like all you need to know.
Gotcha.
I mean, there are some flash forwards, and all you need to know is all you need to know is that stuff that really doesn't matter right now.
Well, they've already started talking about the crisis. It seems like in Flash, started mentioning everybody.
Yeah, basically,
we'll just get all those guys to help us.
Yeah, basically, Flash and Arrow are kind of doing the same storyline right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
they're both know that they're destined to die, and they're heading towards the crisis.
There we go. All right. Well, I think we're all sort of looking forward to Star Wars. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what happens. It's not that long away, not that far off.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
it's a couple of months.
It's 2 months, almost exactly 2 months. Let's see. Today's the 23rd, so yeah, we're about 2 months away from.
That's not long.
It's kind of ridiculous that they're putting the tickets out this far, but whatever. It'll be here before you know it, because we've got Thanksgiving, we've got Halloween coming, then Thanksgiving, and then it'll be here before you know it.
Yeah. My son, we bought Star Wars costumes last year on clearance for like, I think my wife got like 6 costumes for like $8 or something. So that was the plan. That's still the plan for this Halloween, I guess, because we already have the costumes. But my son, who's 4.5, walks in last week. Doesn't walk in like he's been somewhere, but like walks into the room and says, "I want to be a Ghostbuster for Halloween." We're like,
"You son of a!"
We're like, I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Well, we could tell Mom." And he told my wife, and she was like, "No, I already bought you Star Wars costumes." She's like, "How would he even know about those Ghostbusters?" And I said, "I don't know." I was like, "How do you know about Ghostbusters?" He goes, "The toys in your office." So I don't even remember telling him that they were Ghostbusters.
He's sat in on a recording of our podcast a couple of times.
Yeah. But the toys they were underneath the old Ghostbuster toys from when we were kids, and he was playing with them.
He can read.
Yeah, maybe he can.
He's just, yeah.
He's very smart. Anyways, so I'm like, oh man, because inside the geek in me is like, yes, let's be Ghostbusters. But then there's the wife. No, we've already bought Star Wars, so I don't know. Supposedly there's a Ghostbusters costume somewhere in the ether, or whatever you want to call it.
In the ether.
Of Chris's somewhere.
Yes, I
had our parents say that you have it, and you say that they have it.
I don't have it. They have it somewhere. I don't have it. I've got my Nightcrawler costume.
Oh, you should put that on.
My next Spider-Man costume. Oh, I can't fit in those.
You should still put it on for us.
Yes.
Could you wear that for our next? We have a guest coming out for next week. Could you wear that on the show? Just be like, "Hey guys, what's going on?"
It'd be a little revealing, but yeah.
We should all dress up.
That would be funny. Then I could go, "Hey, do you know who I'm dressed up as?" And he could go, "No, I have no idea."
I have my Dustin wig that I was going to use for my chunk outfit.
You should wear that to work tomorrow. Just wear the wig.
A hat. Yeah.
I got a new do. Anyways, I saw a interview. We gotta go, but I saw an interview with David Copperfield, the magician, not the book,
old timey book.
Yeah, the magician the other day. I mean, it was like recent that they just did it from GQ. It was like this long interview where he was going through all of his tricks, not telling how he did them, but like talking about them. Dude looks exactly the same.
Magic.
It's demon magic or something. Like he's like in his 60s or something.
Oh, at least.
Yeah, but he looks the same as when we were kids watching him on TV, and it was freaky. But he told a story about, they asked him the worst thing that happened to him on stage. He was, "I cut my finger off once."
Oh, gosh.
He was in this rope trick, and he had these scissors, and he's supposed to cut the rope, and he cut the tip of his finger off, and it was just laying on the scissors, and blood was going everywhere. And he said the crowd was like cheering, going, "Yeah!" And he's like, "This is not part of the show. I need to go to the hospital." And like, and he went to the hospital, and Mike Tyson's cut man, which if you don't know what a cut man is, a boxer has a guy that basically sews him up. His cut man happened to be at the same hospital and went in and sewed his finger back on for him.
No.
There you go. David Copperfield
Trivia
for the night. All right.
Okay.
That's, I don't, what should we call this episode?
Star Wars, I guess.
Rise of Skywalker.
Disney. Star Wars.
I Am Geek deep fake. Star Wars.
The next generation.
The next generation.
The end of a generation.
End of a saga. All right. Palpatine, take us out.
Bye. This has been I Am Geek, episode 123.
No.
Where's my smokes?
All right, thanks for listening, everybody. Remember, check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We've got a lot going on our Instagram right now. We've got Funko Pop pictures. We've got Tesla pictures. We've got all kinds of stuff. Come follow along on the adventures. Anyways, this has been I'm Geek, and we can't wait to talk with you next week. Next week's Halloween. So get ready.
To get spoopy.
Yeah. Woo. Anyways. All right. And again, if you want a contest or if you want something where you could get free stuff,
You want things.
let us know. Make it happen. All right. Catch you next time on I Am Geek.
Bye-bye.